As I told you already in the beginning of this week's weekly guitar meeting, every guitar has a unique highlight. And what is special about this guitar, you will hear in a short interview that I made with Oren.
So I'm Oren Myers, and this is a guitar that I have just made for Siccas, a special commission for Siccas. And it's different from my normal guitars in that it has special decorations for the rosette around the edge of the guitar, for the head of the guitar, and the thing which was the biggest challenge was for the back, with a fish scale design. And all of these decorations are they're like an interpretation in wood of designs which I saw on Greek vases. So this vase is in New York in the Met Museum, and this is in the British Museum. I've always been looking for inspiration for my designs from art that I particularly like. Not so much paintings as repeating patterns in vases need a repeating pattern, and so do guitar designs, especially the rosette. And it's that combined with, I've always loved Jose Romanios's arches, rosettes, and I've always looked for arches that I can use. And I found that the Greeks actually, they use this, they call it a tongue motif, but it's actually they're arches. And so I found that, and I found a way that I could bend wood in order to create those arches, very thin strips of wood. And I made first this rosette, and then adapted the technique to create this fish scale design. And so these are sort of ancient designs, and it seemed talking together with Denis at Siccas, we thought it would be a nice idea to combine these ancient designs with ancient wood. So this is bog oak. Bog oak is an oak, like a normal modern oak tree, which thousands of years ago, around 5,000 years they calculated, it fell over, naturally, and it fell into mud, or a bog. It became buried in the mud, and then with time it became preserved, and it turns black, and it becomes a little bit denser. And then in the last maybe 2 or 3 decades ago, I think they've always known about this wood, but they've started. Someone had the idea of cutting it into wood which can be used for guitar back and sides, and it actually makes a very good tone wood. Almost quite surprisingly, because oak is not a wood that you normally think of as being for instrument making, but it makes a good guitar. I was really pleased, and it's nice to work with, and it has this, and just the blackness of the wood just makes it it makes it ideal actually to put nice white decorations. This is a flamed maple purfling that I put on here, and you just get a lovely contrast with the wood. And so yeah, it's been a really nice project for me, and I think it really sounds very, very similar to my regular guitars. And I've made the inside of the guitar in my normal traditional way with 7 fan struts and 2 closing bars, the same kind of design as Hauser and Torres. And when I play it, I hear one of my regular guitars, maybe a little bit of an influence of something different in the wood. There's something positive, maybe a little bit in the direction of maple. When you tap and feel the wood, it's a little bit more like maple than Indian rosewood possibly, and I think you can hear a bit of that in the sound. And yeah, it's been a really nice project, and I'm very pleased with the result.
I'm very surprised in a very positive way. This guitar sounds, I have to say, different than the previous guitars made by Oren. And I don't know what that is, but it's much more suitable, at least to my way of playing. It has a faster response, the tones come out easier, and the tones are also very well balanced. I mean, you play a chord and you hear nearly one tone because they have the same intensity and the same loudness. Very good. Lovely. And I think the bass of this guitar is, or the basses, they feel a bit deeper than his previous guitars, and or the guitar is resonating more. At least I can feel that the whole guitar is vibrating when I'm playing the basses. And also very crisp in the sound. Wow. Also great separation, very clear. You can follow every tone when you are playing chords and more complicated harmonies. For my feeling or for my taste, this is also the most comfortable guitar made by Oren that I have ever played, and beautiful work. I mean, this guitar looks so nice, and also these decorations. This is a truly unique guitar. Also in the purflings, on the headstock of the guitar. Congratulations to Oren for this beautiful work. Wow. I could look at this guitar all day. But at some point we have to move to the next guitar, and yeah, let's do it.